Victorian High Country, a place of epic proportion. 5,199 square kilometres of some of the most renowned four-wheel drive tracks in the country. Blue Rag, Billy Goat's Bluff, Wanangata, Crooked River. We're going to do it all. High altitude snow camping, littered with hundreds of campsites. We're camped here for the entire winter and invite you along on the adventure of a lifetime. In this episode, we travel from Taree up on the mid-north coast of New South Wales down to Dargo in the Victorian High Country for a full winter of camping in the snow and Alpine regions. As usual, we stick to the back roads. This morning, we'd headed across towards Merriwa and cut across the shortcut to Bylong and spent the night here at Bylong Sports Ground. Great little campsite. Morning, folks. Yeah, Galar's going mad as usual. It's always a good thing. Today, I think we're just gonna follow this road, see where we end up. Just head south, basically. Head down through Sofala and Bathurst, perhaps. See where it takes us. Heading down a steep descent into Bathurst, we had a little drama as the brackets on the pole carrier snapped off and sent it hurtling into the bush. So we're coming down the hill and the pole carrier's taken off across the road. Lucky there was nothing coming the other way, coming around this bend here. And it's ended up over there in the bush, almost off a cliff. But yeah, have a look at this. They've just failed dismally. Anyway, we'll set about tying them back on and strapping them down somehow. Got plenty of ratchet straps, so it shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, so she's ruined it. It just doesn't look like it's damaged any of the poles, funny enough. It looks like the pole carrier's taken the full brunt of the road. Anyway, all fun and games, no big drama. We'll chuck it on the roof rack, tie her on, and away we go. So we got the poles, just strapped them down to the roof rack of the camper. Anyway, we just take it steady for a bit. It's hard because you got all the poles sticking out the end. I put a strap around them to pull the poles together, and then obviously tied down the old pole carrier. Didn't have to worry about scratching it. But yeah, Just hoping the poles don't slide forward. I was going to put the camp oven box in front of it. But I think it'll be right. We'll just take it easy and stop down the road a bit and keep an eye on it and see how they go. All right, we'll get on the road and see what happens. So we've just pulled up at this little free camp near Gundagai. I don't even know the name of it. Just saw it on the HEMA. Have a look, yeah. She's a good little camp spot. Anyway, well, we were looking at going a bit further down near the water, but keep a distance back a little bit, just in case that river does come up a bit through the night. Although there hasn't been any rain here, and it's pretty lumpy down there too. We drove down there, but it's a little bit harder up here and a little bit flatter. So that'll do us. Looks like there's a fair bit of firewood over there as well. We might have a little fire going later. Oh yeah, we better set up. So the bigger one, Chock, the male, he's about 11 now, totally blind. And the little one, Ochre, little female, she's a feisty little bugger, smart one. Could have been a working dog, that one. Ochre, we named obviously the Aboriginal name for the paint that the First Nations people use. And Chock is actually Chockery, which is another indigenous name for red desert sand in one of the many languages. Can't actually remember which one. Beautiful spot. Absolutely beautiful spot. It's going to be nice waking up here in the morning. So we're just putting some fuel in the Land Cruiser, ready for tomorrow. We carry 220 litres of fuel. You know, as you know, we go off grid quite a bit, so we go quite remote. But you know, when we are travelling along some of the highways, it also gives us the ability to skip the more expensive spots and saves us a bloody fortune. We got this fuel at a very good price from a very good friend. The boys know who they are. Thank you very much. So yeah, it's a bit of extra weight and a lot of fuel to carry, but when you're off grid like we are for months at a time, it comes in pretty handy. Yeah. Now this is living, in my opinion, or in our opinion I should say. I've just been in the creek and had a bit of a dip. She's pretty bloody cold. So warming up by a bit of a fire going here. The chef's cooking up. What do we got?
Cheese Kranskis.
Cheese Kranskis.
Garlic mushrooms.
Garlic mushrooms.
Marinated pork.
Marinated pork.
And corn.
And cobs of corn. The pork and the Kranskis are from Rudy's in Taree. It's good gear. We live off it. It's bloody great.
If you're ever there, you got to go pop in.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. And it's not ridiculously expensive.
No.
But good tucker.
Yep. The only thing I'm
Big moon out there to greet us. Sorry dear, what was that?
only thing I'm missing is a glass of pork.
Sorry. Find another driver. Yeah, I don't know. I can see the moon in the camera, in the GoPro, but we'll see how that comes out. Probably fires. Yeah. I let the light off the fire, might be covering up a bit, but yeah, she's a nice evening, eh? Anyway, that's us for the night.
Night.
We'll sit by the fire and contemplate life with the dogs. Morning, folks. Pretty bloody cold down on the river this morning. Almost had to grab me beanie. But yeah, what a beautiful morning on the Murrumbidgee. Great way to wake up. We'll head for the high country today. And yeah, we're going to stop at Bright and have a look at Bright. Bright's a beautiful town. And then we'll head down up towards Hotham Heights and head down Dargo High Plains Road, which should be pretty spectacular. Good views from up there. Dirt. I believe it's in reasonably good condition. Won't bother us. But yeah. We'll see where we end up. As we head up into the high country further south, we drive through Myrtleford, Bright, and all these little towns are beautiful little Victorian high country towns. A lot of character in each one. Heading up the Great Alpine Road, we climb up to an altitude of over 1,600 metres very quickly. Then we turn right on the Dargo High Plains Road and head down towards Dargo through some of the most spectacular high country you'll find anywhere in Australia. The high plains greet us with an afternoon fog at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just to let us know we're in the high country. We find a little clearing just off the side of the road a bit. We decide to camp the night, get a decent fire going because it's very cold, and just enjoy the surrounds of the Victorian High Country. The next morning, we head down towards Dargo and end up camping up at Italian Flat.
Water, crystal clear.
We decided to set up camp at Italian Flat camping area. Beautiful camping area right beside the Dargo River. And a visit to Dargo isn't complete without a visit to the Dargo Hotel. What a place. This hotel has character. Awesome dining area, and the meals are fantastic. There's always a warm fire going to keep you warm during the cold weather. Huge outdoor area where they have live bands and an awesome beer garden. Well, that's it for this episode, guys, and that's our trip to Dargo. We've already released our Crooked River Track episode. It's got over 30,000 views already. We've got Blue Rag coming up, Harrison's Cut, Billy Goats, and a whole lot more, so stay tuned to the channel. Thanks for watching.